What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Paths Podcast. This is episode 12 of the Paths Podcast. And I'm your co host, Joseph.
I'm your co-host John, and today we're going to be talking about trust. But before we get started, I just wanted to quickly shout out all our social media. So if you're listening or watching on YouTube, please make sure to subscribe and follow us on all our social media platforms like TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. You can find us at Paths Podcast. We're trying to keep up and interact there with you guys, so make sure you're staying tuned to all of that. Now it's the
Yep.
episode.
Yeah, so trust, for me, trust is an iffy thing because with friends, like I used to have like so much trust in friends and my friends, and like, you know, after like constantly being like, I don't want to say let down because in some
I was
cases
gonna
it's just
say let
like,
down. No,
yeah,
and it
like
is let
in
down.
some cases it is let down. Yeah, I guess let down. And then you just, that trust begins to like get betrayed to the point where now it's harder for me to just go out and actively try to like make friends and maintain friends, because then I'm scared that that trust will be betrayed. So I don't try to
Yes.
get too close to people now, for me.
Yes.
We'll extend on that like as we go through the episode. I want to like just keep talking. So what do you think about that? Or what about for you? What's trust to you?
Well, first
What
of
do you?
all, I have trust issues.
Yeah, that's
Straight
basically what
up,
I was
like,
saying, right?
yeah,
Trust
yeah.
issues. Yeah.
I have trust issues, and I mean, basically, trust has always been an issue with me too, mainly because I guess now that I'm thinking about it, and I try to think about it sometimes, I didn't have that like trust family wise growing up, the
Hmm.
circumstances that we went through. And I think that I try to find trust and friendships or like outside of my home. And every time
Okay.
that didn't work out, I was like, dang it, like I can't trust anyone, not my family, not my
Yeah.
friends. So
Hmm.
trust is something very, very big. And it's a problem, I think, with a lot of people because I think we live in such a selfish like society
Yo.
that people just kind of look out for themselves instead of being, treating people the way that they would
Yeah.
want to be treated.
That's why it's so scary. And like back then, I didn't really think about it like that, but it is, that's the reality of it, is that people are selfish. They're gonna look out for themselves. They're gonna look at do things that would like push them up a little higher or like make them happier. So like that's why it's so hard to put that trust into people and like have genuine like friendships, because you never know like what could happen. Like in trust issues, for me, I would be friends with people for like a long time and we'd go through a lot, and then something can happen where they just drop you, like they just, something happens, like it's just like so sudden and like shocking, and it just tells you, it just like gives you a lesson, like they were not meant to be your friend anymore. And that's the, like that's how I kind of thought about it. Every time like my trust has been betrayed after that, it's just like they're just not meant to be my friend, and like I just learned from it. But then it turned into now is like the trust issues and the, like I don't want to get too close to people and stuff. Like I'm still friendly with people, but I just don't get too close to the point where it's like I'm gonna be your friend for like a long time. I don't think like that. It's just, I think like
In the moment.
we're cool. Like yeah, like we're friends right now. We'll see where it goes. I kind of like live more present now in my friendships instead of thinking so much into the future.
I'm exactly the same way. Uh, well, I think I've gotten a little better with trust, if I'm being honest.
Hmm.
It it is, I don't know, it is a selfish society, and it's ever since we were little. I mean, think about in my case, like we would be friends and be like, yes, this is my friend. Next year, like the popular kids wanted to be friends with him. They were like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna look out for myself. I want to be in the popular group. Like, bye.
Hmm.
I'd be
I
like,
want to be cool.
okay,
Yeah.
and we're there with the best intentions of like being friends and like helping each other, and that's what friends should do, like help build each other up. But not everyone is like that, so that kind of
Yeah. I have
sucks.
a question for you. It's I mean, I don't know if it's that much different, but for me, it's like in school, I'm actively like, there's always people that are trying to like communicate with you, and like classmates and stuff like that. But for you, I feel like it's harder, no, like when to distinguish like how someone's trying to be with you in public, like or like at work or something. You know what I
Work
mean?
wise,
Like if they're
okay.
just like a work, yeah,
Well, a lot of people that I've worked with are just, I feel like all my coworkers are
like just
just
straight work,
coworkers.
like
Okay, so and when you're at work, you have to learn how to distinguish who actually wants to be your friend and who has like envy, especially in like I'm working in sales. So there's a lot of envious people who pretend to be your friend but really want to put you down the whole time. And I've had
mm,
experiences with those kind of people. I'm just friendly with them. But then you also have the coworkers that you get along with very well. I spend 5 days of the week with them, 8 hours a day. We tend to get close, with certain
yeah.
people. So
See,
that's cool, but it's like limited. I do limit my access with them.
yeah, but that like makes me sad because I have like good friends like in school and stuff, that I consider like good friends now after some time knowing them. And like just like you with people that work and you build a bond with them, I guess, because you work with them so much. But then like out when you're out, it's just kind of like dead. Or like that's like the only
Not
common place, you know?
That's the
That's like the
common
only common
place,
ground.
but not necessarily. Like, for example, I still talk to my coworker from State Farm where I don't work there anymore for
Mm-hmm.
6, 7 months now. But I still talk to her every now and then to catch up. It's a friendship that we follow up on each other, but it's not like
Mm-hmm.
that something I would say, oh, that's my close friend. It's just, yeah, we're coworkers and we're friends.
There's like a barrier between just friends in a workplace or a school. Well, I don't know if this is like a barrier, but like that personal touch to it, I guess. Because like with friends that you wouldn't really want to get personal with, they're not really like your friends. It's just like we talk about school and like we'll occasionally talk about other things, but we're not gonna like get personal about each other's like we're not gonna talk to each other about like each other's lives or whatever, you know? Does that make sense? Is that
I,
what I'm making
I
sense?
had I had those friends in high school that we were very clear, like, I know after high school we're not gonna talk, but like
Yeah.
I'm happy enjoying the moment ranting to you about this. And I actually saw a
Yeah.
TikTok on that, which was crazy that you're bringing that up. Because I saw a
Mm-hmm.
TikTok and it was like I had a friend in free period that we would rant to each other about all our classes every single day. And at graduation we were like, okay, well, this is it. Bye. Like, see you never.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
was the most beautiful thing. And I was like, yeah, that is the most beautiful thing because that person is special to you in that moment and they work their function. But
Yeah.
that I think that's different than
That just
than
makes me
trust.
sad. Yeah, that is different from trust.
They're very
Well,
like
you could go through.
you have a very straightforward like mentality about like what kind of relationship you have with them.
Yeah, I know.
So they don't
That
really
just makes me
break your
sad,
trust.
honestly. Yeah, like then you
Really?
don't fully trust them because that you don't like get personal enough to be like that's my friend. It's just like we talk about school and that's it. And then like when school's done, we're done. Like that kind of just like makes me sad. Like I get it, but like
No.
I guess that's like not the type of person I am. I don't think about it like that to where it's like this person will serve me like this person's a great friend right now till school's done.
Well, it's not like, oh,
I'm
this
not
person
like
will serve
that.
me for this. Like, it's
That sounds like terrible. I didn't mean to
but
say it like that, but that's what it sounds
I
like
know, I know.
sometimes.
But it's like that phrase that we said before that some people you meet are blessings, some people you meet are lessons. And
Yeah.
everyone's there for a certain period for a certain reason. And I appreciate that. And I feel I separate that from trust issues with friends. Because I got to a point where I was like, I don't believe in
Uh-huh.
friends. Like, I don't believe in best
Yeah.
friends. Like, I would literally tell
I
people, like,
was
I
at
don't have
that
a best
point
friend.
too. Yeah, and I understand that. And I guess that's why I get so hurt when I lose friends is because like I'm the type of person like I'll put 100% of my trust in somebody until like it they give me a reason not to or something like that. You know what I mean? But then in that case, it's like scary because eventually like if you think about it like that, it's scary because then like, oh, this person's not gonna be my friend anymore. But I think about it like, well, we'll see when like we'll see when this ends because like I try to bring it on. There's people I try to talk to now that like it was meant to die probably, but I still try because like I still have I guess that trust in that person or trust in our friendship or something to where like I want to be like I still want to be whatever your friend, but like I know probably that it's over, you know. But that's probably what you thought with me. Am I wrong?
About what? That you were just for like that
Yeah,
period?
yeah, because it was literally just like senior year, like
It
that
was
we
like
were
middle
cool,
to end
you know?
senior
Yeah, it was
year,
like
which
middle
was
to end.
crazy. But I don't know. I didn't really think about it like that with you at least. There's certain people that like I become friends with and I'm like, this friendship is interesting and I see
Uh,
it's like evolving.
oh, see, that's like so weird to me. Like I don't look at it like that.
But it's just
Like
because of just how like my trust issues work that I become selective and like I know at this point I know like this person will be my friend and this person is like a kind of in the moment thing. My brain's like
hmm
able to decipher that. And it's better
yeah,
because you prepare your I guess your heart and your mind to
yeah.
not be
You
broken
don't
when
get
something
hurt that much.
happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
But and I guess I understand that with some people with like in school and stuff where it's like we'll talk during the school, I mean during like class time and stuff like that, but then like then it's done. I had a field trip at the before COVID, right before COVID, and there was like this group of people from my class who I never talked to before. We were put in a group and we went to a field trip to a museum. We were put in a group. We were supposed to walk around together, and bro, it felt like so weird that throughout the day we got like closer and closer and closer. It was so weird. Like we knew each other for years. Like we were hanging out in this museum. Like we knew each other for so long. But it was so weird. And then afterwards, we go out. We go to eat at this pizza place nearby, and it's like really nice and it feels like we know each other for so long. But then at the end of the day, like I think in my head, like I'm never gonna talk to these people after this day, you know. And we had a group chat and everything. Like we'll talk to each other sometimes, but then after that, it's just like you know that
if
you're not
it's
gonna
not
be
gonna be the
cool with these
same.
people after. Yeah, like it's not
Yeah.
gonna be the same. That's the only common thing that you have with these people. Even though like you want to like put your trust into them and be like get personal and want to be friends with them, it's so hard when you barely know them, you know. It was just like we laughed about the things that were going on at that moment and stuff. So it's gonna be hard to, like I don't know. It's very like and people are uncooperative to and very hesitant to do stuff like that because of the trust issues, I feel like, because I wouldn't that's why I didn't initiate that because then you get scared like I don't want to put the trust in to then eventually possibly get betrayed. And that's why in college, like I don't really have that many friends. It's like people try to reach out to me like let's hang out and do this, like let's do that, you know, but I really like when I was at school dorming, I couldn't let myself do it. Like I was in a really bad place and like I couldn't just I was scared to put my trust into someone again and just have it like betrayed and like lose the friendship again because I knew that I wasn't gonna like try 100% because I was like in a bad place. So I wasn't gonna be like, let's do this, let's do that. You know, it was gonna be mostly them, and then like I would still put my trust into them, and I would like probably get betrayed in the end. Like I'll just do it to myself, you know, or do it to us. So I don't know. Trust is a scary thing. Trust is like
Trust is
scary.
scary, but I think we have to learn
I just
how
set
to
myself up
use
to
it and accept there's certain moments in life when we get so like close to a person because of an event and we're like, yes, like this is
yeah.
we're gonna
Then
be
you just have
great
to
friends.
understand that.
But we have to
Yeah, you
understand
know.
that's like that moment kind of thing. And it's
Yeah,
everything
I
going
learned that
on and the
very
energy, like and
fast.
everything, so we just have to
Yeah,
get like that and also accept the fact that some people are only there for a period. Like I
yeah,
had
I
a
know.
friend in high school who literally said, "I know we're not going to talk after high school, but I appreciate our friendship
Jeez,
in this period." And I was at first I was like, "What?" And then I was
yeah,
like, "Wait, like I
that's
like that."
true. That would
Like I
hurt me.
appreciate that.
That would hurt me. Like I would, cause my heart is so like I want to be your friend. Like you know that it would just
It's
hurt to be just for
innocent.
someone to say it to my face. Just like we're not gonna be friends after this. You know, it's just
No,
I
but
have
it
so
wasn't
much
like
hope
something
for people that
it
I
wasn't like
meet and
something
I think
mean. It was
I
something
know
like
it's not, but it would just hurt me. You know,
it's just you're so innocent. You sound so innocent.
it because
Um
like my heart is so just like yes, let's be friends and like we're great friends right now and like I hope that we like I just have so much hope in people that like that's why my trust is like
that's good
so
though.
wavering. That's why my trust is so wavering because like I do that and it's like I hope that we like I have so much hope in you that we're gonna be good friends. That if somebody just said that to me, it would just hurt me because that hope and trust would be betrayed. I'd be like, damn, you don't think that? Like, what did I do? You know? But you thought about it as a good thing, and you were like,
I thought about it as a
thank
good thing.
you.
We only had one period a day, and it was
Okay.
like for 4 years because she was in my major class. And oh
Yeah.
well, eventually we ended up having 2 periods because majors turned into 2 periods. But we were close in that class only, and we saw each other. We would say hey and whatever, but
Hmm.
we both knew that the communication would eventually end because nothing was keeping that common ground
Okay.
anymore.
Yeah. I understand that
And so
because
she
I
made me
understand that.
realize that and
Yeah, but
appreciate
just
it
saying it
actually.
outright is just
I
like
know.
it's so taboo. Like in my book, it's just like just saying it outright, but like it's I feel like eventually it'll be understood by both people, but like it's just scary to think about just being like I know that we're not going to talk, which is like understandable though cuz you guys only had one period and like you didn't really talk about certain things like you just had the common ground of school and you just talked about school and you laughed about like stuff that would happen in school. What other
But
times?
I think that your way of thinking is very innocent.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in like a bad way, because that's
Okay.
really good actually. Like I wish I had that like innocence, I guess you could say, still of like, yes, I'm gonna give my like all like to be
Like hope.
friends. Yeah, like that hope of friendship. I don't really have
Yeah.
that anymore with new people because I've settled with the friends that I have.
Yeah.
I'm fine. Like it's not settling. I'm very happy with the friends that I have.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And like I'm very happy with the friends that I have also, but I don't know what it is. Like when I start talking to somebody for a good amount of time, then it starts like making me think like, oh, we could be good friends, and I hope that we could be good friends. And so then I try, and I'll talk to the person more and whatever. But then eventually, like it just kind of like dies, because then like if the other person doesn't want to be your friend, then they just won't talk to you.
Yeah.
So but then that trust, I mean, do I have that much trust in certain people? Probably not, because you do have that like initial thought like, are they really going to be my friend for that long? So I don't really
I
put
think
that much trust into it.
I think
But
too
if
much trust is dangerous.
yeah, for sure. That's why, but like that's just like so ingrained, I feel like, even though I know like I've gotten hurt before with friends and stuff, but then I still do it. Like it's just in me, like just to like trust people and like hope that they'll be, I don't know, good.
I used to be like that. Now I have like, and then I had like my wall like really high up. Now I feel
Yeah.
like I have like a door, like it opens and closes, like
Yeah.
it's somewhere in the middle.
I think about it like I guess like that, but like with opportunities, and I don't mean like opportunities that I would be like taking advantage of or anything, but an opportunity for like to be a good friend with this person or whatever. Because like I've had friendships where we've been friends for like 2 3 years, and like there's signs where like they would just say mean stuff, and but like I would trust them fully. But then they would just say mean stuff and they start saying mean stuff to my face, and then they just start talking to me less and less, and then like
That's where
then
it's dangerous.
yeah, then and like I don't want to say it.
And sometimes we do
I
stuff.
was gonna say
I know what you're gonna say. I think I know what you're gonna say. Sometimes we do stuff like for the benefit of the other person, like thinking this is my friend and they're not gonna hurt me, and we're gonna do something for their benefit, putting them first, and then we end up getting like the short end
yeah,
of the stick, and it's
that's why.
like, what the heck?
Yeah, and you just have to be aware because like friends can people please you. Does that make sense?
They
Is that the
shapeshift
right
into whatever
word?
you want.
Yeah, like they can tell you whatever they want to tell you. That's why this trust is scary with friends, because you would exactly what you said. You would never think that they would betray your trust or say something that would be like unthinkable, like for what you would think that they would do. Sorry if that was confusing. So like it's crazy when your friend does something that you don't think that they would do, and then like that hurts your trust. And that was where like that was like the beginning, like the short time that I had like that wall up, like you said, when that happened, where like a lot of friends would just like do stuff that I would never thought they would do.
I think that me having my wall up for a certain period of time ruin some friendships that could have been something, but at the same time I think
Yeah.
maybe
Same.
like maybe it was for the best,
Mhm.
because I remember having this friend who he and I were like close, like really really close.
Mhm.
And he had family problems, so he would like to come over to my house, which I didn't really like, because again I had my wall up. I was like, keep him away from my family, like
Yeah.
no too much like connection, right?
Mhm. Too
And
personal.
so like too per there we go, too per like it's getting too much. So
Yeah.
like when he would show up at my house sometimes, like without telling me, I'd be like upset and I'd like go away, or be like, oh, I'll
Yeah.
meet you somewhere else. And
Yeah.
like eventually I started cutting down conversation. And then I got upset when he went like with a different friend group, whatever, it's an annoying friend group. But it's like, I didn't realize the part that I played in ruining the friendship.
Mm.
But then at the end of the day, like now that I think about it, it was probably for the best, because we ended up choosing different paths anyway,
Yeah.
like in life.
It's kind of like a lot like relationships, but like dating relationships though. You can lead people on, like not when you're dating someone, but like when you're looking for somebody. You could like lead people on, but low key you don't even want to like be with them. Kind of like that situation where you were like, oh no, it's the opposite actually, where you were kind of like being like, no, like I don't want to be
Like,
whatever,
I
and
don't
then
want
it's
to be
like
too
the opposite, like you know
close,
what I, yeah, and
because
then he
at
left,
that
and then
point I
it's
was
like,
like, I don't
wait,
believe, yeah, because I was like, I don't believe in like close or best friends. Like I think that
yeah,
that doesn't exist. So it was kind of like anytime that something got really close, I was like, eh. And it
yeah,
wasn't until I met my friend. I think we've been friends for now like five years,
sorry,
which is my longest friend
yeah,
that I've had. Like actual friend. 'Cause I know people like I'm so friendly with other people when I was little, but whatever.
they don't
Like
really,
my
yeah,
no, like my actual friend, and that's because he was like, no, he would notice those things when I would be like this, and he'd reach out and be like, "What are you doing? Like, why are you doing this?"
yeah,
And that's where I learned that I started to do these things and be like, "Do you have an issue with me?" Like he would literally be like, "Do you have a problem with me?" And I was like,
uh-huh.
"No, like I don't have a problem with you. It's just this, and this." And he'd be like, "Okay, well, let's fix it," you know?
Yeah.
And
See, I like I like friends like that, like genuine people like that who point things out when they notice it, because a lot of people don't, and they kind of just ignore it. But like even though you're aware that you're doing that, you won't
now,
stop it. Yeah, like you won't stop it until
oh
the
yeah,
other person would say something. I feel like I do that. It's like I would be, let's say, mad, and I know I'm mad, but I won't change it unless the other person would be like, "Why are you acting like this?" Then I'll be like, "Oh, then I'll check myself." But like I know I'm mad, but I won't stop it for some reason. Does that make sense? But I like
hmm
people that like friends that are like trusting enough to just be like, "Are you good? Like, what's wrong with you? Why are you acting like this? Whatever." Because that's a cool dynamic to have with the friendship or a relationship, like with a loved one or a significant other or whatever.
Well, I wanted to add on to that same example that I was speaking about, because I never had anyone in my family bring up that to me. I
Me either.
distanced myself even from my family, and
Yeah.
nobody ever told me like what's wrong. Not even my parent. Well, my parent, my mom. And if it wasn't for that one friend that called me out, like, and like you said, I appreciate that, and that one friend who was like actually had the I don't know how to explain it, like the effort to want to stay in the friendship and be like, hey, I'm noticing you're doing this. I'm
Yeah,
noticing you're
that's
like
rare,
kind of like upset and stuff. Did
A
I
lot
do
of
something?
people,
And that's where you clear everything up,
yeah, a
because
lot
it
of
can
people just
stem
let stuff
from like,
die.
yeah, and that comes from like your inability. Well, it starts at home. I think it starts at home. You start to push everyone away at home, and then you move out. You start branching out, because it starts with issues from when you grow up as a child and blah blah blah. Somebody calls it out, you don't get to see it and recognize it and think about it. And that's when
Yeah.
I thought about it and kind of had like literally a night of a breakthrough where I went crazy for a few hours. But after
Hmm.
that, like the whole week, I was like, sure, I was upset and I was crying because I was realizing stuff, but I felt so free. And I think that's what a lot of people have to do to get rid of certain trust issues, is just talk it out and like let it out. let go of its claim on you, as Frank Ocean says.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I was watching TikToks, but it's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you regain the trust and fix trust issues, I think.
Yeah. Just attack it. See,
Yeah,
and that all comes with like maturity and being aware of stuff.
but
I just wasn't
we
aware of
need people
things.
to tell us, because if not, I feel like we
Yeah.
wouldn't be aware
I
of it.
didn't really have nobody to tell me that like at the time. Cause you don't realize these trust like things like red flags, these trust red flags that you should be noticing. Like you don't realize it. So like that's where like the maturity and like kind of like people don't like process things. I don't know how else to say it. It's like people don't process certain things that happen, like red flags, like clear red flags to everyone else. They don't process that it's a red flag. They like that's my friend or that's my boyfriend or that's my girlfriend. So like it's not a red flag for me. Does that I don't know. Like that's how people think, I feel like. But like it's a clear like red flag in anybody else's book. Like they shouldn't be doing that to you. But nobody processes that and realizes it to be like, why am I trusting them so much? Or question it and attack it, I guess you could say, like, just like you mentioned.
And and a lot of trust problems can be solved with just communication, because there's probably
Yeah.
something going on their side that's going on your side, and it's like,
Yeah, communication, bro. Yes. Like talk about it. Like that's how things just dies. Like nobody talks about it. Like that's how things like build up or die, you know?
mhm,
Will build up to the point where they die, I guess you could say. Or
yeah.
where just someone like just bursts out and it's just like not good. Nothing ends well when you just hold stuff in. So you have to trust like yourself, trust your friendship that whatever, that it'll get better and stuff. And just communicate with the other person or mention to them like what are you not telling me, like what John's friend did and stuff like that, you know like what's going on, what's wrong with you, whatever.
And that grows trust now, where I
Yeah.
felt comfortable in telling him my problems and my mental health problems and this and that, and
Yeah.
that becomes now a real good friend, like one of my best friends now. And that's
Yeah.
when I was like, okay, maybe best friends can be real.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
I've
how you
found
like
that.
build
So
trust. We just talked about that, like building trust with people.
communicating, as we said, is key, and
Yeah.
putting in effort, because like I said, sometimes we
Putting
think
in
the
effort.
we
Yes.
think that like the other person doesn't care, and like we might care, but we just don't put in the effort.
Yeah. I've learned that, bro. I I try to do everything, and if it's in vain, then whatever, I tried. Like I put the effort in, That's what I've been doing is like if I want something with like somebody else, like a friendship or whatever, like I'll go out and just say whatever or do whatever. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But like I'm just trying to like build trust with the other
That's
person,
scary.
Huh?
That's scary. Maybe because I
Well,
haven't
that's
done it in
kind
a
of like what it is
while.
though, because you don't know if
Yeah.
they'll reciprocate it, right? But like that's your attempt to like build trust with somebody else. Like I was thinking like with little kids, giving them stuff, it builds trust with them. And also like communicating is I don't know why I thought about that, but like little kids is like they're super simple. I feel like a lot of people are like that too, like putting in effort, I guess you could say. Putting in effort to
I
play
don't
with
know if
them or
that
putting in
always
effort
works though,
what?
because
With
the
kids
story of
giving them stuff?
no, with becoming friends with people.
All right, I'm done talking about kids.
When I think with that same friend that helped me out, when I originally, the way I became friends with him, it took a long time and effort on his side, not on mine, because it was like
Yeah.
years of, not years, but it was maybe
He
like
was just
a year and a half or so
breaking
of
down that
him
wall.
like, yeah, of him like trying to break down the wall. Like he would
Sorry.
talk to me, I'd be like, mm-hmm, sure, okay, that's
Yeah.
it. That's the
Nod
most that
for
he
it,
would get at me. Yeah.
you know? Hmm.
But it wasn't until like we had, it was like a party, and we were like having fun, and it
Yeah.
was one of those moments like you described earlier, where the energy like builds up, and it's like, yeah, like, okay, this is gonna be my friend, and you hope that it'll last. And some of those friendships that day didn't last, but
Yeah.
that one did, and it's
Yes.
because he kept putting in effort, and then eventually I caught up and started putting in effort. Yeah.
You kind of just opened up.
Yeah, and it just takes that little time. Well, maybe sometimes a lot of time,
He was
Depending
just
on the
trying to put the
person.
key in the door, and that key is mad complicated with mad ridges, and that key is long too.
I was a
Have
really
it.
like annoying, like, no,
Mhm.
I don't want any friends, blah blah blah.
Yeah, but I feel like a lot of people are like that. They put that wall up too, and it's clear when some people don't want to like make a friendship or something like that. Get too close. I guess you could say where they'll just avoid those situations because they don't want to whatever. And like for me, it's like I'm cool with the friends that I have, but in a lot of situations like at school and stuff, it's like I guess you don't want to get too close, I guess. And then but you still want to be nice to that person. You don't want to like leave a bad impression, I guess you could say. Like you
Mhm.
still cuz like I have a lot like good relationships with these people that like we were friends for a little bit during the class in the school year, but then we just stopped talking. Like, and it's not like on bad terms. Like, just like you said before, like you kind of like know. I guess I've learned to know when things are done, like, or how long the friendship would last. Especially with college, it's like so hard. But like the thing with like Caprice, like it was weird because I thought that was like just gonna be like for the semester. But I did try. Like we did like talk a lot about other stuff, like not just school. So I was like, I still like I want to be cool like with her and stuff. Like we want to be friends. Then she started talking to us about doing stuff, for with paths and stuff. So like that was cool. Now I know that like we're friends, like we're good friends, and like it's cool because like that effort was put in. I guess.
It's also like I
That's
feel
kind of
like
like
I
the
have
main
certain
stuff.
friends. Yeah, I have
Oh
certain
my
friends for
god,
certain
I want to
things.
quote. What do
I
you
don't know if
mean?
that makes sense. Not like
For
not
certain
like I
things,
use
like you
it.
have a
Not like I
you
use.
have a
Not
bench,
like
you have a bench, and you're like
no, not like
sub you.
not like I use them for certain things, but it's like my trust is divided into like levels where it's like, okay, this
Okay.
person knows a lot about me, like a lot,
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
problems and crazy stuff about me. This
Yeah,
person's close to me, where like the next level, and then
yeah,
this person's like a really good friend, and this person's like
yeah.
my
And
friend.
that shows like how much
Divided.
trust you have in somebody.
Yeah, I divide
That's
them.
it.
Because
No, yeah, that makes sense though. That definitely makes sense. I mean, I don't really like think about it like that, but that definitely makes sense.
not everyone could be like that person. You're not everyone can be your person, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah,
There's
yeah.
certain people that fit somewhere else in the friendship scale.
Okay. I'm trying to look at these lyrics because I want to hear okay,
Opinion.
your opinion
Okay.
on it. So these lyrics,
Oh,
they're like all
yeah.
over because they're like it's about trust. Oh no, it's about loyalty. I
Loyalty.
mean,
Oh, loyalty,
yeah, we
loyalty,
can still
loyalty.
talk about it though. It says, "I rather have loyalty than love because love really don't mean jack. See, love is just a feeling. You can love somebody and still stab them in their back. It don't take much to love. You can love somebody just by being attached. Loyalty is an action. You can love or hate me and still have my back." So he's saying that like love is above. I mean, loyalty is above love because you
I
can
don't know.
love someone, still stab them in the back.
True, but you can be
I would include
okay.
trust in that though. I would definitely include trust in that.
Yeah,
Loyalty and trust.
but you can't be loyal to someone unless you love them. That's where I'm kind of like
No, because you
iffy
can
on
love
lyrics.
someone and not be
True.
loyal. You
That's like
said,
stabbing somebody in the back. It's like when people like are in a relationship and somebody cheats, doesn't mean that they don't love the other person. It's just
hmm
something happened there, but they still, and if they were to break up, it's like, okay, I still love you. You can't get rid of that love, even though you stab somebody in the back. Now it's different. There's fake love and there's real love, and loyalty comes from the real love. Obviously, there's a fake love that people pretend to have for certain people, and that's the evil, that's keeping your enemies closer kind of mentality, which
mm,
sucks because you can think that they're your actual friend and actually have love for them, but they don't have love for you. So I think that the lyrics is not accurate in that sense, where I'm breaking it down like you have to love something to be loyal to it. The same way you can love something and break it. Does that make sense?
yes.
I mean, I don't know. What do you think? Do you think love and loyalty is separate? I think you can't be loyal to something unless you love it. I 100% believe that.
You
Because
can't
where
be
else would
loyal to
loyalty come
something
from?
unless you love it.
Where else would loyalty come from?
Can't.
For what? Why would you be loyal to it?
That's a good point. I'm not sure. At the moment, I'm agreeing with you, but that is subject to change.
I just
Well,
think that
I'll think about it more. You hit me
love
with a
is
lot
the
of stuff there.
sorry. Basically, I just think that love is the basis of a lot of things. Yeah,
Loyalty
loyalty
is
is
love.
love.
Well, that's the tangent of the episode, I guess.
That's a question for our viewers. Can you have loyalty
Oh yeah.
without love? Or is loyalty bound with love? Question for
Yes.
all you
That's a good one. But
listeners.
yeah, the lyrics for 21 Savage.
It's crazy how we can trust people so much and have so much love for them, but it can only be for a specific amount of time in our life. For example, we go through our childhood, our teenage years, our young adults, going into adulthood, going into like, okay, like settling elderly, selling family, elderly kind of
Yeah.
stage. And
Mm-hmm.
through all those stages, how many of the people actually stick through all of them? I don't think that has to do anything with trust. I just think that has to do with just the evolution, the path that you take. I just that doesn't have to do with trust. I want to kind of clarify that because I was thinking about what we talked earlier, how certain people are like for certain um periods of our time, like the high school experience.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't have to do anything with trust. I just think that people are meant to be in our life for a certain amount of time. So we can trust them and love them so much right now, but we don't know 10 years from now how our lives would have changed to the point if we can still trust and love them, but we're not friends.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is something to think about.
But those qualities
But like
stay
I
there.
wouldn't like to think about it. Yeah, there's memories.
Yeah, so when you meet up again, I feel like that trust and love is still there.
Yeah, that's why
Yes?
best friends, they always say like nothing has changed, just a lot of time has passed. Like when you meet again,
Yes.
like let's say a year later, then it's like nothing has changed, for a lot of like best friends because they
It
still
just
have that
feels like,
trust and that
yeah,
like
it just feels like
love for the
nothing,
other person.
you know?
Yeah, exactly. Like I was thinking like when I was younger, I guess I put all my hope and trust into that person or whatever. Like with all my little friends in middle school and whatever, high school and all throughout. But then I would have like these bumps where like yeah, like stuff would happen, but like I guess it never changed because I still kind of think like that, which is weird. So actually, no. For some friendships, I learn from my mistakes, I guess, and I kind of see something, or like I'm
Mentality
scared,
evolves.
or I get scared. Yeah, or I get scared. But for the most part, like that mentality is still there. Like as a kid, I was just like, yeah, like I just
I
went with
think
whatever.
I think that mentality is like stuck with us kind of like permanently,
Yeah,
but it kind of like evolves where we see red flags, we notice
yeah,
things that we don't like and that triggers us and we're like, okay, cut, which sometimes can be, not good because
yeah,
we're like cutting it too fast. Sometimes
yeah.
it is good.
People learn over time, but they don't. Sometimes people don't learn though. Like we were talking about it before. Like they don't process stuff like these red flags. I don't know.
'Cause I feel
It's
like they
interesting to think
haven't.
about. Think about
They're,
everybody that's listening. Think about your life and people that you've trusted. And if you've seen any red flags, try to think about any red flags you possibly have seen. I don't know
but I feel like a lot of people also tend to have friends that
because
are
they have
with
all
them
that
for a
hope.
long time. Yeah, but they haven't experienced that like friend loss in friendship.
But see, that's the type of
That can be
person
dangerous too.
where they're
In
not
friendship.
open to making new ones. They're
Making new
just kind of
friends.
comfortable
Yes.
with like their old friends and stuff.
They get stuck in there. That's why it's dangerous
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
And it's
that is
dangerous
why it's
because if
dangerous.
something were to happen and now you do need to find a new friend, you're not aware of everything. You should be careful.
Yeah, like you don't know what to
But
look out for.
there's benefits of having those
There is
bruises.
benefits.
It took some time to like for self trust, first of all, for me at least, where it was like I didn't have any friends for a good amount of time, and I kind of just like
Yeah,
focused on myself and learned to trust myself. It's corny, but
Yeah.
it's true. You can't trust
No, it
other
is
people
true.
unless
And
you
I
trust
probably
yourself.
I went through the same thing like in quarantine where like I wasn't really talking to anybody, and then it was just like I had time to like build my trust on myself and stuff. But oh, and it's crazy how people trust and love so like other people with their whole heart, but they don't trust or love themselves, you know?
That's why they trust and love someone else so much.
I know they're trying to like put all their love and trust into somebody else just to like depend on them, I feel like people
Mm,
aren't that
mm, I don't think that's
independent with that
I don't
type of
think that's
stuff.
good though.
Yeah, I know. No,
I don't think
I'm saying it's not good. I'm just
oh,
like I'm definitely saying that it's not good. I'm just saying that it's crazy that there are a lot of people like that who are so dependent on other people so that they love and trust them, and they don't really love and trust like themselves at all.
and I think that's where problems come in with friendships. We're so dependent on somebody else and trust and love them
Yeah.
too much, where if they were to do something, it shatters our world.
Yeah.
We need to learn how to love and trust ourselves. And it's corny and whatever, but it's true.
Yeah, I
And
know.
I sometimes take
It's
breaks from friends as well, just to be like, hey, like I need a break from you guys.
yeah,
And I'll text
everyone
my
needs a
friend and
break
be like,
from,
hey, I need a
you know.
break. I need to be by myself
Yeah.
for a little bit. And you just meditate on
Everybody needs a
how to
break
be a better
from.
person.
But I think that's why I'm so cool with friendship now is because like I will lose those friendships, but I have that like love and trust for myself to where like I won't get too hurt from it. Like I kind of just move on.
We can't be good friends if we can't even be a good friend to ourselves. What the heck?
Yeah. Hopefully we didn't go all over like with what we were saying. Hopefully it was good. Hopefully you understood. And yeah, we just hope you took away some good points. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Spotify, subscribe on YouTube.
Leave us
We're
a
all
review on
over.
Apple Podcasts,
Oh yeah, give us a
Google
review on Apple
Podcasts. It's
Podcasts.
expanding. It's growing.
Yeah, I know. We're all over the place now.
We hope you guys kind of found out what you need to have a functioning friendship.
Trust,
And
good
yeah,
trust,
trust, good trust, and
values.
same values, morals. I think that'll help
Yeah.
build each
How do
other's
you
trust up.
trust? That's the question.
Good
How do
trust.
you trust? Because see, you saw that me and John trust very differently, or like our mindset on trust is very different. What is your mindset when it comes to trust? Think about it. And with that, we hope you guys enjoyed. And that is the end of episode 12. Episode 12 done.